If you want the uncensored version of this video, please consider becoming a member of the Patreon. Link will be in the description. For those of you who are already members of the Patreon, please be on the lookout over the next couple of days. I have the Epstein list. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's a guy who has been conducting research over the past 3 to 4 years, and I've looked over all of it, and I'm heavily impressed by what he's come up with. And he's listed all the politicians, the celebrities. He has the list put together, and I do believe that this is the real list, not some fairy tale fabricated list that the government keeps telling us existed at one point in time. So for those of you who are Patreon members, please be on the lookout for that. Link is in the description if you want to become a member of the Patreon. So about 3 months ago, a lot of you will remember that we made a video talking about this lady who shared the story of this guy who allegedly sold his soul, and she gave us the granular details about how the process took place pretty much over a year's period. But a lot of you all struggle to understand if this story was, or believe if this story was real or not, because she was sharing somebody else's story. Somebody else dated this guy, and now she was sharing the story on this girl's behalf. So a lot of you all struggle to believe if this was real or not, or if she was just fabricating it. And then we will follow up after the fact and make a video talking about all the different ways in which people, not just celebrities, can sell their soul, to be able to make this more realistic for people to understand and get a grasp of, instead of just seeing it as this mythical thing that people only talk about figuratively speaking and not ritualistically. Well, I have a story for you all today that is going to blow your mind. It is, number one, it is the best example I've ever heard of, maybe outside of DMX, Michael Jackson, and maybe a couple of other people, which, by the way, I have videos coming on them. Just give me time. Michael Jackson is one of the highest sorcerers in the history of music, and it's not even close, but I digress. Xxxtentacion. This guy has one of the creepiest and craziest stories I've ever heard of in my life. And I've been waiting to find the time to talk about what happened to this guy and what this guy was delving into and what he believed in. And if you ever struggle to understand if this stuff was real, it doesn't matter if you believe if people can sell their soul or not, if it's their soul to sell or not. What matters is that they believe this, and they pledge allegiance to these organizations and these entities and these ideas and these beliefs and these spiritual ideologies, and they pay the price for it. And there's going to be no questions by the end of this video if Xxxtentacion believed in this. Before we delve into his story, though, I just ask, if you're new to the show, please know we're thirsty to grow. And to drink some of this water, you can help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel so this video can reach more people like yourself. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a sec to hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start from the beginning, right? In the early days of his career, before he was famous, right? And he could only dream of being a popular musician. Back when, we're going to just call him X in this video for short. Back when X was 17, he was actually homeless. And while he was homeless, he met a guy by the name of Bruno Dickens, who was and still is, to the best of my knowledge, a popular adult film star in Florida, where X is from. But this wasn't just any regular adult film star. Not that adult film stars are regular people by any means, but it's important to know who and what this Bruno person was, what he was into, and the impact that he had on X and X's career. Bruno was an occultist, an open occultist, and heavily followed a person we have spoken about many times on this channel, Aleister Crowley, the self-proclaimed most wicked man in the world at the time he was alive. Many celebrities, as we've talked about, including Jay-Z, highly revere Aleister Crowley and even allegedly adhere to his religion, which is called Thelema. And for those of you who may be newer to the channel and may have not seen my videos where we've talked about Mr. Crowley, Thelema is basically a spiritual philosophy and religious system founded by Aleister Crowley in the early 1900s. And its central tenet is, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. This basically means discovering and following your true will or life purpose above all else. Thelema blends Western esotericism, ritualistic sex magic, mysticism, and elements from various world religions. And this same person, Bruno, even went on a live stream himself and showcased a mural of the Baphomet on the wall in his house and shared with the world some very interesting thoughts about it. Take a listen.
Is it metaphorical? You know what? You're the first one to hit it on the dot. Thank you. That right there is a metaphor for myself. That's me. I am the fucking Baphomet. Am I the devil? Nah.
But I digress. Just keep this in mind about Bruno because it is extremely important and relevant to the X story for later in this video. Well, there was a popular series that Bruno was doing at the time called Groupie Lust that consisted of many popular Florida rappers shooting scenes with their fans. Bruno was also a part of a Florida group called Members Only, and this only made him more popular. So of course X, with aspirations of becoming this huge star musician, wanted to be a part of the whole movement. So according to Ski Mask the Slump God, a former close friend of X who we're going to talk about later, X would reach out to Bruno at the time to not only participate in the Groupie Lust series, but to also live with Bruno since he was homeless at the time. And Bruno agreed. And many people don't know, but X actually shot an adult scene that was never released. And he confesses this himself on the No Jumper podcast early in his career.
In the building, in the building.
You did the Groupie Lust thing, the fat Nick did?
Of course.
You did it?
Yeah.
Did you, or did you just...
Of course I
You did. So people can go watch you.
Of course. I'm going to have porn.
You are. So you're not ashamed. You're Razzers. This is
man right here. Bruno is the man. It's the future, bro.
Wow.
Bruno is the future, bro.
Well, X's girlfriend at the time, this girl by the name of Geneva, actually exposed a really strange situation that happened while she was at their house where she claimed she felt possessed after X called a fellow friend from Members Only named SB to come over to their house to perform an exorcism on his own girlfriend.
Possessed. I know that sounds stupid, but to me it wasn't stupid because I'll say it was really into the spiritual, like, you know? And it just backfired because Jose got on the phone and called SB and he was like, yo, I know your parents or your auntie do woo, come over here and try to like save this. And they came over there, had me in a room. They started putting like charcoal and like some type of rocks in my nose. They were drawing crosses on my feet.
Well, another person that was living with Bruno at one point in time exposed him on camera, revealing to the world what type of dark energy and practices was taking place at Bruno's house during the time that X was living with Bruno.
That's when they started. He was 17 years old. They was 17, 18 years old. I think I'm younger. Hanging out at Bruno's house, a whole bunch of stars. That's why X and them were like insane kids, like doing screamo. Yeah. Bruno
crazy.
is like, there's videos of Bruno taking X to Disney. Like people said like Bruno was kind of wanted him to be like his little, his like mini or like that. That's like they're twins or like, you know, they acted almost like. Yeah. And X admired that. It was so weird, and that's when all those allegations came out. Like he beat up this girl that was at Bruno's house. It's crazy. No one knows that it was Bruno.
Really?
And now none of X's mom, his friends, none of those people fuck with Bruno because he really got this kid into like a bad like lifestyle.
So is he doing something else or just different artists?
Bruno?
Yeah.
Bruno's still doing the same thing he was doing. This is when X was like 17. He had like short hair. He didn't even have like the two like blonde and he was kid. Yeah. He was recording in his house. If I tell you some real shit right now, like. I'm gonna tell you something crazy. Like, these kids, like what I've heard, what they did at Bruno's house, Bruno did that in the house when I was there. Later on was, I guess after he started living with these kids, he started doing like brujeria. Like, he started doing that shit. And like, these are facts. Like, Wi-Fi, funeral, and all these guys would say that. Even Juice WRLD would say that. He was like, yeah, like, Bruno was doing like they were doing some weird, even X. Supposedly they got some of the girls and did like some weird
they can
sacrifice. Throwing blood just on them. I don't know.
Also, one of the adult film stars, Marshall May, that participated in some of the scenes that they shot, actually not only exposed Bruno as somebody who practices rituals during his adult shooting scenes, with or without the girls' knowledge, attempting to sacrifice the souls of women, claiming that he had a pentagram under his bed that would assist in him harvesting the souls of every woman he had intercourse with. But she also exposed X for doing the same thing.
He started, the guy that had the model house, he was a male talent too. I actually can't stand him. His name's Bruno. He does some satanic shit now with the girls.
That's on Groupie Lust, right?
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
like I met him once, like in clubs and stuff.
He's a no around. He sacrifices a girl's soul and he fucks them on top of his bed. Because he has like the gates of hell pentagon drawn underneath his bed. And he sacrifices a girl's soul on top of the bed when he fucks them. So let the world know that, because that is some real demonic shit. That's not cool. And that revolves around Xxxtentation
Yeah,
too,
because like that whole like scene and stuff is like, you know, in
Xxx does the same thing.
For real?
Yeah, he sacrifices his best friend's soul, Ski Mask. Sacrificed his soul. It's real.
X can even be heard at one of his concerts telling the crowd something that is 100% one of Aleister Crowley's teachings.
Listen, I want to say something to you guys. Alright, so listen. No matter what anybody tells you, each and every individual in here is a star. All of you are important.
Well, while living at Bruno's house in 2015, and as a reminder, this is before X's career took off and he became this global phenomenon. This is still early on in 2015, right before his career took off. I want you all to take a listen to some lyrics to one of the songs that he released. And this song is called I Spoke to the Devil in Miami. He said everything would be fine, where he details a supposed deal he made with the devil. And it reads, bite of your apple, give me all you can offer. Now I'm trapped in a changing maze, setting my soul ablaze. Couldn't control the peace. Where is this going, hey? Heartless is recklessness. It's word of a pacifist to the word of a masochist. I'm off the map, my lord. I spoke to a Baphomet. He said he would save me if I gave him one thing he needed. What is this thing? What is this thing? I pleaded. Boy, it's the key to even, yeah. And as I spoke, my fangs were shown. Taken aback, he smiles and tells me, what you crave will soon be yours. What I crave is already mine. Anima vesta, anima. Anima vestra, anima. What does anima vestra mean? It is Latin and it means your soul. But I want to go up here just a sec so we can, for those of you who don't know, it's word of a pacifist to the word of a masochist. I'm off the map. Pacifism is the philosophy of anti-violence, whereas masochism is a psychosexual disorder that entails seeking pleasure off of unpleasant emotions like humiliation or sorrow. This will be very relevant and interesting. This will be very relevant for you all to remember for later, because this is where things get the dark as you'll hear all video. Back in October of 2016, X was actually locked up for an altercation he had with that same girl I mentioned earlier, Geneva, his ex-girlfriend. And it would be something he did while he was in jail that may have been the final act to catapult his life and his music career into superstardom. While incarcerated, X's song Look at Me blew up, and Ghazi, who was the CEO of the Empire label, signed him to a record deal immediately. This is the same Ghazi that will later share, after X passed away, will later share that X told him that he would not live past the age of 21.
And at one incident, I had took him to Nobu. It was his first time eating at a fancy restaurant. And they pulled up, and we were sitting down eating, and he was f***ing around with the chopsticks. And we were just sitting there, and we started talking about kids. And he was like, you're gonna be a great dad. I said, you're gonna be a great dad too someday, bro. He said, no, I'm not. So what do you mean? And he just looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, I'm not gonna make it past 21. And then just went right back with the chopsticks, like he hadn't said a thing.
He always spoke about death and was fascinated with it, I think, since he was about 15. It's almost as if he was preparing me that he wasn't gonna be here.
Well, as I was saying, while he was incarcerated, X actually performed a sacrifice ritual with the help of a friend over the phone, who you will hear during the phone call continuously inform X that this is a sacrifice ritual. And they did this ritual to the goddess of witchcraft, moon magic, crossroads, and magic known as Hecate, which was recorded.
They have me on they have me on the psych floor, bro. So I literally cannot make no calls, bro. I have not been able to make no fucking calls, Chris. Bro, listen, bro. I need you to listen to me closely, okay? There's a way for me to get out of all of this mess, bro. Do you have Layla's number?
Layla?
Yes. I don't know how, bro. Put money on the phone now. Put money on the phone. Put me on speaker and put money on the phone now, bro. Because I don't have.
How am I doing that? You know how to call?
How'd you do it? How'd you do it last time?
Cause when you called me, it said that I didn't have money, so they tell me to press 4, and I was just gonna do it now, but I was just press 0 to talk to you real quick, see what you was gonna say.
All right, listen. All right. You have the prayer from Sid?
Huh? Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. All right, tell it to me. And what did Sid say? What did Sid say? Did she say anything?
She told me not to say the last part because she said that she doesn't want anything to happen to me, and you feel like it's just something that shouldn't be said by me or whatever.
All right, so how am I gonna know the last
part?
It's
something she said, so.
Oh, you gonna spell it out?
No, it's something she said.
Huh?
So I guess that was something she had to say. She just told me not to say the last part.
All right, but I probably have to know the last part. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I can spell it out to you.
All right, spell it. All right, I'm gonna go get a pen. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. All right. Hello.
Yo.
All right. What is it? Say it to me.
Yo.
Say the first part. So
hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Say it.
Summoning Hecate, goddess of crossroads, darkness, witchcraft, wisdom, and the moon. Please come to me, please.
Right, tell me how to spell the name. Summoning.
The H word.
Huh?
Hecate is the H word that I was saying.
Wait, H-E?
Hecate.
Hecate.
Yeah, goddesses of crossroads.
Or goddess.
I mean, yeah, goddess of crossroads.
Goddess of crossroads. Darkness.
Witchcraft. Wisdom.
Witchcraft.
And the moon.
Wait, hold on. Darkness. Witchcraft. Wisdom and what?
And the moon.
And the moon.
Please come to me.
Huh?
Please come to me.
Please.
Please come to me. Please. Hecate.
Please come to me. Please, Hecate.
Yeah.
Please.
Protect me and bring me freedom.
Protect me and bring me freedom?
Through this sacrifice.
Bring me freedom through this sacrifice, okay.
Treat me as if one of your own.
Treat me as one of your own.
And give me all that is needed.
Your own. And give me all that is needed?
Yeah. Hecate, surround me in your darkness.
Hecate, right? Okay.
Hecate. Surround me in your darkness so that I can bring forth my light.
So that. Listen, if I have to call back, I want you to put like $50 on the phone, okay? So that.
I'm gonna try because I don't know how much. I'm gonna try and see how much $50 I got on it.
So that I may what? I may.
So that I can bring forth my light.
So that I may bring forth or can bring forth? So that I can. So that I can bring forth my light?
Yeah.
Is that
Accept this sacrifice. I'm gonna just spell out the rest because I don't know what else you wanted me to say. So.
Is there a lot left or no?
It's just a few sentences. Like it's like a sentence. So.
All right. Hey, listen.
Ready?
So that I can bring forward my light. So that I can bring forward my light. I accept the sacrifice. Okay, accept the sacrifice.
I-G-I-V-E. I'm just spelling first. I-G-I-V-E. Y-O-U.
Y-O-U.
A-L-L.
A-L-L.
O-F.
O-F.
Yeah, M-Y.
M-Y.
D-E-M-O-N-S.
Wait, what? Oh, D-E-M.
D.
Okay,
yeah. F-O-R-E-V-E-R.
Wait, F-O-R.
E-V-E-R. I-N.
I-M?
I-N.
I what?
I-N.
I-N, okay.
E-X-T.
E-X. Wait, E-X what? E-X-T-H?
E-X-T. E-X-C-H.
A-N-G-E?
Yeah. The number, so F-O-R.
F-O-R. Yes.
M as in mom, Y.
Y.
F-R-E-E-D-O-M.
O-M, okay.
S-O.
Huh?
S as in snake, O.
Yes. O. Okay.
M as in mom, O. T E.
Wait, S-O-M.
M-O-T-E.
S-O-M.
No, it's so. And then
So?
M-O-T-E.
So, wait, so, is that word together or?
No, it's just so, and then the next, just erase it.
Wait, so S-O-M-O-T-E?
Yes.
M-O-T-E.
Yes, that's what it says. I mean, she sent me a picture. And then it, B.
Huh?
And then it, B, after that.
I-T-B-E?
No, I-T-B-E, yeah.
I-T-B-E.
This call is from the Miami-Dade Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center.
So it's S-O-M-O-T-E-I-T-B-E.
Yeah, unless she, like, messed it up, it looks like a T, like, for a fact, because I'm zooming in.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
As you can hear, X is told to end the ritual with the phrase, "So mote it be," which is literally a Freemason or Masonic phrase. The strangest thing about all of this, though, is that just 2 months after he was released from jail, the sacrifice that he owed would allegedly take place with a young woman named Jocelyn Flores, who reportedly herself within a day of meeting the rapper.
There's no way, it just sucks when it gets to a point to where there's no way to change what happened. There's no way for me to bring this girl back. It just sucks when it gets to the point to where you can't do anything.
And the story goes, she was supposed to be doing some sort of work with X. He flew her out and they, I guess, became romantically involved. And then within 24 hours, she was dead. That's literally what happened. You can Google this story. And then X can be seen in this music video for his song Sad, just 10 days after he passed away, attending his own funeral, which meant he foreshadowed his own death. Something that we've discussed on this channel often that seems to happen. Tupac did it, Biggie did it, Martin Luther King did it just hours before he was assassinated. And while that may seem random, it wouldn't be if you watched the Martin Luther King documentary, which I highly recommend. It's one of the best things I've ever dropped on this channel. You will 100% understand how and why this is relevant, especially when you consider Martin Luther King Jr.'s ties to people like Diddy, believe it or not. Not to mention, X also did the blonde hair ritual, which we have also discussed on this channel. Many artists and celebrities seem to go through this blonde hair phase at some point in their career. The likelihood that everyone just so happens to find this as quote-unquote fashionable or quote-unquote stylish to dye their hair blonde is extremely low, especially when you consider the context of their careers. And one of the biggest reasons I really wanted to talk about this story with X is because over the years, you know how you hear things or you see something, and even if you're not big into delving into this type of stuff, some stuff just sticks with you. And one thing that stuck out to me many years ago, before I heard any of X's music, or maybe I just only heard the song Look at Me, was this video that went viral at the time of this guy talking about how Ski Master Slum God posted on his Instagram story talking about how the fans, something to the extent of the fans could stop trying to convince him to be friends with X again because he wasn't going to do it. He didn't care because apparently X had told his fans that if Ski Master Slum God wouldn't speak to him again, then X would stop making music altogether. And so the fans were basically spamming Ski Master Slum God saying, hey, talk to X, man, talk to your friend, what's going on? And Ski Master Slum God said, I'm not talking to him, bro, because he's trying to sacrifice me. He literally said this. And one of the most, I know a lot of these fans are young, bro, but what I think to myself is, what do you think? What goes through your head when you hear stories like that? He's saying that some person that's supposed to be his friend is trying to sacrifice him. And he's saying he's going to keep his distance because he's not going to be your sacrifice. Which reminds me of another Florida rapper named Jackboy who did the same exact thing with Kodak Black. Jackboy came up with Kodak Black, and at some point they split. Jackboy goes on social media and says, no matter what y'all say, I'm not coming back around that dude because I don't care if he's my friend. I don't care what the fans say. That dude is trying to sacrifice me, bro. It's a lot of weird stuff happening around him. It's people that's dying around him. I don't want to be around no voodoo, no nothing. I'm going to keep my space.
Come on, man. You talking about everybody. No, you have money, whoa. I can't go against the guy got money because he's still trying to make it out the hood. So they, oh yeah, he a real ass. You pinch his nipples. You ain't no real ass. You ain't no soldier. You pinch. Man, I'm glad I ain't was around for that. Then Donald Trump let you out on some wild party. Boy, you ain't about to sacrifice me, boy. I ain't hanging around your ass. You talking about pull up. I don't want to hang out with you, boy.
And the weirdest part of all of that is Kodak Black, Xxxtentacion not only are both from Florida, but they collaborated and knew each other and came up around the same time. And they both have friends who are saying that they're going to keep their distance and protect themselves because they feel like these friends of theirs are trying to sacrifice them. I mean, I don't really know what other proof you need than the Xxxtentacion story, because this is one of the saddest stories of, again, it doesn't matter if you believe that if we own our own souls, or if God owns our soul and if it's ours to sell or not. What matters is if these people really believe this and if they buy into these concepts, because there's just too many coincidences, which is why I name my series More Than a Coincidence. All these coincidences that just stack up. I make videos like this to with the ounce of a chance be able to reach at least the young population, because a lot of us who are older, we will get it a lot easier and we'll accept this information a lot more easier than our younger generations. But I just hope I'm able to reach the right people, or at least the right person, to say, if you aspire to be in the music industry, if you aspire to be these people, you have to understand, I spoke about Martin Luther King earlier, you have to understand that the reason why I talk about celebrities isn't about gossip, as I've said many times on this channel. It's deeper than that. And those of you who are committed to this channel, you know that we go deeper than that. What I'm talking about is these celebrities have replaced who Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, James Baldwin, all these different people who were supposed to represent something, or whatever they were supposed to represent, what the general population thought they were supposed to represent, have been replaced now with celebrities and musicians and athletes, especially in the black community. And I need to pull back the curtain and let people understand it's the glitz and glamour. It's all for show. There's other stuff you have to do. There's a reason why you hear songs you like. I can rap better than that person. I can make better music than that. I know somebody in my church choir that sounds better than this person. What makes them so special to where they get these opportunities? And there's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scene where they have to pledge an allegiance to certain things, support certain things, support certain people, stay silent on certain matters at the expense of you, to trick you, to mislead you, to misguide you, because this is a spiritual fight. This is not physical. Remember, everything that we see is temporary. Everything that we can't see is eternal, which means it's spiritual. Y'all hop in the comment section, let me know what y'all think, man. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video, both dead and alive. I pray for their souls. Pray for me. I wish you all the best. I'm Demetrius. I go by DD. Hop in the comment section, give me your thoughts on this video. Until next time, peace. Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.